All right, guys. This last topic: economic policies and global trade.
Oh,
Oh, that T word.
Well, yeah, everyone loves trade.
T word
Depends
nowadays.
on who you are, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you allowing media
Oh, and I thought
frenzy
this
to
was
drive your
pretty
emotions
insightful.
about tariffs? Let's take a step back and understand the impact of tariffs on different types of goods markets. For local goods that are not traded, tariffs have no impact. For goods that have no local supply and are exclusively imported, tariffs do increase prices and reduce the quantity that is demanded. This causes panic in the suppliers of such goods because their revenues fall sharply. For goods that have a local and foreign supply, while tariffs increase prices, the domestic market is often able to step in and mitigate the impact to a large extent. This is why different tariffs have been imposed on different types of goods in the current trade wars.
So I think my big take from that is, especially because we are heavy automotive in this area, is that and we do a lot of domestic and international import for the automotive industry. I think one of the key takeaways is, yes, it may affect some imports and prices, but generally, like it mentioned, a lot of the stuff we'll be able to find a way domestically to start manufacturing and making some of these products here at home. Other things, yeah, there are definitely prices are going to rise. Obviously, if it's made here in the States, it shouldn't. But so I think that was for me the big key takeaway.
Yeah. So to me, it is like, if I don't know, this little device that you have, little part in the front here, if this device is made in China with a robot, what can we make this device here with a robot, right? Mm-hmm. So to that extent, right? Yes, we can. But if this is, meticulously made by a 30-year experience person in China, and we don't have that skill set,
Yep.
then we don't have a choice. So,
Yep.
so the reason I say this is, there's got to be a balance. There's got to be, you can use a 80-20, 40-60, whatever the balance you want to use is how much the product that need to be made here, how much that can be made overseas or wherever that may be. So that balance, that's, that's something that got to be decided by individual companies, individual governments, and but yeah, always shop local. That's been my mantra for a few years.
Yep.
For a long time, and but there's a time and products that you cannot shop local.
Yep.
You go in there and they say, "Oh, I can order this online and we'll have it, I don't know, 3-4 days. I can do the same thing. It'll be here tomorrow." So at that point, you left with no choice. So I think yes, whatever's going on right now is always, when there's a big rain, right? You have the storm, you have the thunder, lightning, you have the trees, branches falling.
Well, the real question is who's benefited from these tariffs, these regulations, and in the shift, the idea of the shift that's going to shift back to the U.S. for people.
I'm not actually going to look at it as winners and losers right now. The reason I say that, because it's just a shift. It's a shift in how we do things. So who's a winner, who's a loser? Again, it's
more about
right now
adapting.
we're going through a storm.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we're going through a storm, and the thing is that what we gotta look at is when the whole dust settles, and there's a rain, and now you got a rain on the ground, and you got beautiful plants coming out. Everything is green. We gotta wait for that.
Yep.
So we're going through a storm.
But I think a lot of it's too, like the second video we saw, right? The more manufacturing here in the States, bringing some of the jobs that had left, bringing them back. Will it cause some prices to increase? Potentially. But I think as a whole, as a country, I think it's a good thing that, if we could produce more of our own food here, great. I think that's a good. If we can manufacture more products here, I think that's also a good thing.
Yeah.
And then how do we, still work with our trade partners without hurting them, but also helping us?
Yeah, and actually, so obviously this video kind of deals with more on the domestic, I guess you say, adapting
Yes.
to the situation.